So we're going to take a look at 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗠. Got a fantastic interview with the CEO. Let's get down to it and meet Clarice. So, Clarice, great to have you back with us. It seems like it's been a lifetime since we last caught up. Really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to spend it with us today. First of all, before I get into all the questions, how are you?
Hi, Chris. Thank you very much for having me. I've been great. And yeah, it's been great time for 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗠 as well. I'm very happy to have this opportunity to share with our community member about our latest update and like our pivot, etc., etc. Yeah, very good.
Awesome. And I guess no better place to start than the recent pivot that you've made with 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗠. So what has changed? What is that pivot? And I guess, why did you make the pivot?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, before the pivot, we were doing a stablecoin project. So maybe for those who are not very familiar with the pre-pivot business, basically we create some sort of indexes, and then we create a stablecoin to peg to the index, and then we use a lot of like a mechanism to help maintain the peg of the stablecoin. That is a great idea. I still think so, because that actually comes with a great mission of, our company to help with a free global payment. But the problem is, with the escalated regulatory requirement, especially on stablecoin across the globe, basically every single country has imposed a lot of restrictions on that. It makes creativity very hard to achieve. And then the pivot was inspired by Coinbase. I went to Coinbase one day, and I spent a day there, like listening to different people, industry leaders talking about the trend of crypto. And at that time, actually, the Bitcoin ETF was ongoing already, like it was not approved. So it came to me that the RWA, which is a regulated sector, more regulated sector in crypto that embraces the traditional institutional flow, should be at least a long-term, trend in this area. That's why we did this pivot. So actually, if we look at dive deep into like what we have changed, it's actually it's not very significant change. We basically just drop the index instead of like creating the index, which requires a lot of maintenance and also data processing. We drop that part, and then we mainly focus on the portfolio management part, which is eventually the pegging part. So that's what we're doing now. So now our project is basically focusing on RWA. We are offering 3 products. We have the T fund, which is tokenized US Treasury bill. We have the G fund, which is tokenized corporate bond, green bonds, which helps with the sustainability, pitch in the space. And third one is we call X fund, which is an AI managed portfolio. Basically, we do all this off-chain asset management, and then we use our license to bring these assets on chain. That's the pivot.
Awesome. Sounds really good. I mean, real world assets, I think, is going to be a monstrous sector within crypto, right? I think Nick and myself talked about real world assets, tokenization of everything on the blockchain back in like 2020.
Exactly.
And I think people thought we were mad when we were first talking about it, but you're now hearing BlackRock talk about it, and many leaders of some of the biggest institutions in the world, right?
Yep. Yeah, totally. I think we already see, like, after Bitcoin ETF is approved, the flow that comes into crypto is massive, right? It directly drives the recent bull run. I mean, there is some sort of retreat today, but that's just normal market movement. Imagine there will be more and more, for example, ETFs, and then we have more other institutions bring different products on chain. Like Larry Fink, right? He's a big fan of blockchain. I mean, we can. He's our friend, and he's actually you can see like he has a vision as well. So which means like this kind of idea has been embraced by traditional bankers. It's really great for the space, for crypto space. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw today as well, the largest pension fund, I believe, in Japan's also starting to allocate to Bitcoin. And I think that's really the first that we kind of seen from the pension funds kind of aspect of things. I just still think there's a lot of money still to flow into crypto, and completely aligned that this is just a normal market move, particularly for people perhaps watching now that haven't been in crypto very long. This is normal, right? Like these moves to the upside, to the downside. This is just what
Yeah.
happens in crypto currently. I think it will change over time. But what are the biggest challenges on the horizon, do you feel, for 𝗕𝗘𝗪?
Right. I think for us, and even for most of the RWA companies, the biggest challenge still lies with the regulatory side. Basically, we have a lot of clearance, compliance that needs to be fulfilled. Like even obtain the license, it took us probably like 6 months. And then, opening bank account is so hard to find a bank that supports crypto business. And luckily we got one. And then find a broker that helps that can support like crypto related fund, social fund that comes to crypto, like all these kind of things, because the business environment is not that friendly to crypto yet. I mean, there are many reasons, like I don't want to get nose deep on that, but that's just the reality right now. So because of that, actually it took us quite a while to get everything set up. So actually, as a matter of fact, we promised the community that we will launch our product full launch in January. So we had a little bit of setback with our brokers. So we have to find alternative brokers to deal with the portfolio management. And now we are working on that, and we expect our product launch to be a full product launch to be in Q2. So that's what happens. Like the timeline is sometimes it's very hard to predict, even though we prepare everything, and then the business partners just have their reasons of like business appetite and all these kind of things. So I think that's the biggest challenge we are facing right now.
Yeah, you touched on banks. I mean, I was recently debanked by Santander here in the UK due to crypto. So, if you're watching, really do focus on how you exit the crypto market, because you don't want to find yourself in a position like myself being debanked. I mean, I'm fortunate enough that I'm financially free enough to be able to just say, okay, close the account down. It's no bother. But it wasn't even a lot of money flowing in and out from Coinbase into that particular account. I think it was like less than 30 grand over 4 years. And yeah, they just didn't want to have any, exposure to cryptocurrency in any shape or form by the outcome
That's
of it. It's shocking.
That's really shocking. I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, these banks, they need to one day, it's just a matter of time. They need to realize that crypto is the trend. There's no way that they keep doing this.
Yeah, I agree. I think, and I've said it many times, that I expect a U-turn, particularly from the US. I mean, they've been very sort of strict on
Yeah.
crypto. I think, we're starting to see that U-turn already when we consider the Bitcoin spot ETF. I think it's inevitable. We're getting the ETH spot ETF, and I do think that they're then sort of spiral down into some altcoins as well. I really do have conviction that that's what we're seeing in the market over time. So it's one of those things. It doesn't really put me out in any significant way. It's not like it was my main bank account or anything like that. It's just one of those things. So it's I always say, like, every day is a school day, and you're always learning in
Yeah.
cryptocurrency. But the beauty of immersing yourself in a fantastic community is you get to learn from people like myself that have had these experiences. And I was very much of
Yeah.
the thought process when I heard people were being debanked, that they must have done something wrong. But that really isn't the case in my scenario. So, it's a real eye opener for me, because I was very much of that opinion. They must have broken some law. They must have done something significant or bad, or, been associated with some sort of form of crime. But that really isn't the case in, the majority of cases, it would appear. Especially, I made a video on it, and you see how many other people have experienced it. So,
Yeah.
focus on exiting the market as well. And if you're looking to run a business in blockchain, it's going to be difficult to find like a crypto friendly bank. They're not the norm at the
Yep.
moment. So yeah, I completely understand what you were saying there. What is the biggest focus for yourself at the moment in regards to 𝗕𝗘𝗪?
Yeah, actually, we have, I would say I have at least three main focus right now. The first one is the full product launch, which I have promised like 2 months ago, and I need to push that live as soon as possible. I mean, like this is basically the top priority here. Second one is because like the market has now turned to a bull run, like we expect that the investors interest in our X fund, which is the AI managed equity portfolio, will have more market fit than the first, let's say the first one, the treasury bill, tokenized treasury bill. So we are actually expediting the development of our AI models to manage the portfolio. So, we are an affiliate of SingularityNet, right? So basically we are leveraging SingularityNet's AI expertise to build the model and do the model training, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the second biggest focus right now. And third one is, I'm very happy to share that Cogito has recently gained some traction, like some organic traction on crypto Twitter. Like people start to discover us as AI mid RWA, and we have very tiny market cap. And if you have been through crypto cycles, you know what that means. So
yeah.
So people start to pay attention to what we are doing, and then because of this, I want to. That comes to our third focus, where I want to do more of marketing and PR to increase our brand awareness so that more people can hear about us, know what we are doing, and then start to get to join Cogito's community. So that's the top three priorities, top three focus right now for me.
Yeah, I mean, everybody that watches the channel knows I'm a big fan. So yeah, go do the research on Cogito. Like you won't regret it, believe me. What's on the roadmap over the next sort of 6 to 12 months?
Yeah, so for the next 6 to 12 months, the roadmap is related to the three focus I mentioned. First, we should look at a full product launch on the T fund, and then second, we should be able to release some sort of progress on the AI model. I cannot promise that our model will be up and running in 6 months. It might take slightly longer than that, but we should be able to publish some sort of progress and let community know that we have been building in the back, like restlessly. And then third one is on the PR side. So we do have like a marketing metrics to measure, for example, like how many community, like how much community growth, like what is the, the marketing metrics. It's a lot of things to measure, right? Like the outreach, the attention, the impression, et cetera, like all those kind of things. So we are expecting organic and exponential growth on that front because of what we have been doing recently. So that's the three things that we are looking at for 6 to 12 months. Yeah.
Perfect. What are you most excited about?
The AI model, definitely. I know. So right now it's like an AI hype, very AI hyped time. Like every single project on the planet identify themselves as AI company, right? That's very understandable. However, there's one and only one AI managed RWA, which can actually use SingularityNet's AI technology, because SingularityNet has been in the space building around the AI models, for 7 years, and we are able to directly use that for our portfolio management. And this actually has this is a great use case, right? You can imagine, like, so the AI managing portfolio is not new. In traditional finance, like hedge fund, they have been doing that for probably decades. But I would say, like, mostly before ChatGPT, most people are still kind of like skeptical whether the AI can be trusted or not. I think after ChatGPT, the large language model actually changed people's perspective. They start to be more open-minded. They start to think, okay, actually, maybe it's worth experimenting to just let AI run the model completely, run the portfolio completely. So this is like a significant mind shift. And we are able to do that because of what the hard work that we have been put in the past 7 years. So I'm mostly excited about this AI model that we are going to, to build and then to be open to the public, because Cogito as SingularityNet, we believe in open source AI, right? Decentralized AI. So once we have the model, the community should be able to contribute to the building as well, to the model testing, to the data input, etc. as well. So that's what I'm most excited about.
Yeah, I mean, the development of of AI has really sort of sped up. Like you can tell in the output these days, it's made significant progress. I think it's been phenomenal to see, and I'm super excited to see
Right.
how the project develops over the next 6 to 12 months. It's really exciting times. What can people do to find out more about 𝗗𝗘𝗪, or perhaps get more involved?
Yeah, there are a lot of things I would say. First of all, follow us on our Twitter account at 𝗗𝗘𝗪𝗏. Most of our updates, basically everything that's happening in the company will be updated with the community through Twitter and also our Telegram group. So these are the two main channels. We do have other partner projects going on. For example, right now we have a bonding campaign that goes on Ethereum with 𝗕𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗪 that basically helps us to boost our Ethereum liquidity of our governance token. So if anyone is interested, they can check it out. And we have other PR events coming up. Please just stay tuned for what's happening, and then follow us for updates.
Awesome. So I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to spend it with us, and we'll definitely catch up again, perhaps in 6 months or maybe before, and talk about how things have developed. So I thought it was fantastic to get a bit of an update on what's going on with 𝗗𝗘𝗪. Obviously, they've done a bit of a pivot, and I think it's a really positive move. I do encourage everybody to go research this project. Really low cap, and I think it's going to be one that goes on to do really, really well. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Mash up that like button if you enjoyed the interview, and I will catch you in the next one.